Right, so next challenge is going to be sorting out this mess along here. So first thing I'm going to do is give everything a good clean up all the way along here with one of those magic discs I've got, and I'll also clean up on the inside here and here somewheres to put a bit of inch box section across there, and eventually across there as well when I get under that side. So once I start chopping this lot out, that's a fair bit of strength going to be disappearing from the shell there, so we need something just to keep it all tied together. I'm tempted to triangulate it up to there as well, but that's going to get in the way a little bit, so we'll see how we get on with that. So first job, clean it all up and see what we got. Well, it's fair to say that this is at it. Look at that. Just doing a bit of preparatory cleaning off to see if I could repair this, but I think that's going to be a new panel, so I'll get one of them on order and take it from there. Right, I think before I go too far now, and clean up in here and get some strengthening bars in here, otherwise I'm going to get ahead of myself and it'll be too late. It's a bit worrying, and braze up there. Braze is a pain when it comes to welding. That's close enough, it doesn't have to be perfect, as long as it's there. Doesn't have to be massively welded on because obviously we want to take it back off again. But that'll do. I'll put the strength back there, which is going to disappear when we start taking this stuff out. Yeah, I think I will go across that way as well. And I'll put the other side in while I'm at it, and brace them across the centre as well. Something like that. Right. Keep that out. Got there with the glue gun. Okay, so you can see the idea of this now is to tie everything together. So that's all boxed off nicely and tacked down in the centre as well. So when we start taking this apart, that should stay where it is. Not too worried about up and down movement because I'm going to be replacing the outer sill and that panel there. So far, this inner piece here looks okay, so that's going to keep me that shape. So I won't cut out the inner sill or anything like that, or the floor pans just yet. Get the door panel, the A-post and the sill in place first before we start hacking out any more. That's slightly worrying. As I'm grinding that and cutting through it, this is pushing forwards. There's all sorts of shapes on that. Why is it doing that? The good thing about keeping these on this side is I can pop the door back on and off. What I didn't show you is how I got the door hinges out, and these can be a real swine on these. It wasn't too bad on this side, so when I do the other side I'll film that, but this is my tool for doing that. It's a little bit of box section with a bit of 8mm bolt welded to the end of it. Put them in there, honk that with a hammer and tap them out. Simple as that. And they're hit and miss. Sometimes they come out easy, sometimes they're a real pain in the neck. Right, okay. Lovely. Surprising how much of that inner still is still in there. It's just been covered over all the way up to there, and there's nothing wrong with it today. Unbelievable. Okay, well, I think about that. Let's unpick this and see what's behind it. Made of surprisingly thin steel. Show you green. That's the case of just chewing away at this now till it's gone, so it's pointless filming all of this, but you get the idea. Now we're going to get rid of that. I don't want to be drilling these spot welds out because I don't want to damage. I'm hoping this hinge panel below is salvageable, so I don't want to be drilling through that, but I don't have to, so it's just a case of take it all away, clean up the rust that's on this panel here and see what it's like. Maybe I'll get away with doing a couple of repairs on that before I put the new outer panel on. Right, as I'm chewing this away here, I'm starting to worry that I'm going to lose my hinge position because there's a bit of flex in that. So what I'm going to do is get a couple of bits of plate and simply weld them in there. There, one up there somewhere, one up there, just to stop that from sort of triangulate that around to there, and that will be out well out of the way as well, so these will be able to stay into place then. Hopefully that's going to help stop the flex too much. Anyway, there's still a little bit of flex in there as it's flexing all of that, but it's not as much as it was, so hopefully as I work on it now those will hold in the same place where they should be. Alright, so small update. I was hoping to do kind of all of this in one video, but I'm waiting on parts. So the sill has arrived, happy days. It's not the best pressing, if I'm honest. There's a bit of a lump in it just there. Magnum panel, I think it could have been a nicer pressing than that, but we can work with it. This I've chewed back to about here and decided to go no further until I've got this panel. So I think some of this around here is salvageable, so rather than cutting up too far, obviously this needs a repair there, but rather than sort of trying to tie in where this braze is, which will play havoc with the weld, I'm hoping to bring down here somewhere and work it out as we go along. The inner sill, I think, well, obviously there's no such thing as an inner sill on these. Inner sill and floor pan is all one piece, but I'm hoping I can rescue this because it only seems to be rotten some sort of that swage line down. So if I can work something out with that, I've got a floor pan which came with a job lot of other parts before, which I can use in the front on this side. I think I can salvage most of this side just using the front repair section. I think the other side is a lot worse. I think that might need a full section in it. If I can salvage this will save a fair bit of money. That should be good news. So really I'm waiting now on part. So I don't want to go ahead and try and fit the sill without this door pillar piece, because it end up in all the wrong place. It needs all the bits together really. And so I can try the door pillar in place, get the door back on, and then fit the sill up. So it's pointless doing anything too far ahead of myself on that until we're ready. So all I've done is have a good bit of sweep up and tidy up, so when I do get back in it, it'll be slightly more nice working environment to work with. So hopefully in the next video I'll be fitting those pieces in. I'm going to try something new on getting the sill onto there. I've seen this on Fritzy's fabrications. If you've seen his work, what he does is incredible. He's been doing it for 40 years and he really knows what he's doing. I'm just bodging at it, and I'm learning quite a lot from watching what he does. Now he's got a system where he calls it cut and butt. So he sort of lays a panel up against a flat panel like this, cuts the corners in so they're nice and clean, so the panel sits in place, then just tacks it up against what's left existing. So you sort of cut it tight around and then leave about an inch or so of the existing panel for the new panel to fit flat up against, which takes out, there's a couple of reasons why he does that, and it's really ingenious to be fair to him. It takes out the wobble you get when you've got two panels just butting up against each other, because you can then butt them tight against the existing panel, and as you're cutting and spotting it in, it also helps against warpage. So if you haven't got a clue what I'm on about, it's hard to describe it, have a look at his channel, Fritzy's Fabrications, and cut and butt. It's absolute genius, and quite a lot of stuff he does is brilliant. So you'll probably see some of what I'm doing is just flat out copying what he does, because he's really good. There we go. So I'm afraid we can't go any further with that until parts arrive. Now it seems getting stuff is becoming more and more of a headache at the moment. Thank you to Brexit, the pandemic, and just sheer making more money out of it, I think, along the way. But hey ho, that's the world we live in.